Hey everyone, Charting Man Dan from ChartGuys.com. You know, behind every single video that we put out every single day, there's a wonderful community of traders that we want to invite you to be a part of. Try the free 7-day trial and gain access to our live market broadcasts every morning and afternoon, interact with hundreds of like-minded traders, or take part in one of our dedicated chat rooms, each led by an analyst that's there to answer your questions in real time. Our trial is risk-free with absolutely no commitment or credit card required to experience the TCG community. For those looking for a head start in technical analysis, check out our entries and exits course in the link below in the description. Get up to speed with the fundamentals of TCG technical analysis and experience over 5 hours of great community-driven trading education. Hey everyone, checking in here on natural gas and UNG. We'll start it off with the weekly time frame and then zoom in. So here on the weekly, we can see a very clear level of resistance where we've topped out. And again, I'm looking at NGQ here. We've topped out here at 312.7. 311.6 and 312.2. So very clearly the bulls were unable to break the high of the initial bounce attempt, and we had a big time dump for 3 weeks, a bounce attempt, rejection, lower lows, another bounce attempt, and another rejection. And the upper wicks show us that profit taking. So the bulls made a nice attempt to get over resistance, but they did not get over a resistance, and the bears are still in control. So looking at that on the daily time frame, we can see here that the pretty much a clear horizontal resistance line can dictate what the bulls have to break through in order to try and turn around the daily trend, which is very clearly lower highs and lower lows. So right now our support is down at 2974, the low of Friday, and then down to 2875 if that level is broken. In terms of resistance, the bulls are trying to get over 312.7 to see a break to higher highs over the trading that we've seen for the past month. So overall, the bears are in control of the longer term. If we get a break of 312.7, that's a bull signal for a short-term entry. And we can say that because look at the lack of resistance here. The next level of resistance I'd be looking up at would be previous support of 324. That would be the next level that I look at once we break 312.7. So there's a nice 12, make that 11 cents upside without resistance because of the significant magnitude of the dump. We didn't establish resistance on the way down. 11 cents move if we make that bull break. But it's all about that bull break. I would not make a bullish entry until that level breaks because the bears have momentum. So looking at it a little bit more zoomed in, the hourly time frame, we can see all the bullish action that did happen really occurred back on Friday in the last few hours. So can't really trust this move just yet. We have to be watching very close for higher lows and higher highs on this hourly to begin forming. Because we're coming right off the low, that's not convincing at this point. We need those higher lows and higher highs to be convinced that this move has follow through behind it and conviction for those bulls. So checking in on UNG, again, we are seeing a bit of a dent in terms of turning things around. And for UNG, we did break resistance. 694 was the highest level we had seen in June, and we did get up to 698. So that was a good sign for the bulls, but we're pulling back now, trying to establish our higher low. The bulls did buy the dip Friday, so our higher low is now 665. That is a must-hold level for the rest of this coming week in order for the bulls to show that they are progressing to try and turn this trend around. So 665 support. Resistance is up at 698, and if we break 698, we get our higher low and higher high in the short term. Weekly time frame, weak candlestick, rejecting from exponential resistance, upper wick of profit taking, and coming off of fresh lower lows. So the weekly time frame has been lower highs and lower lows for the past 7 months, and there is no sign of that changing at all. So I would only be looking bullish for short-term moves, and only if we break that level that I just highlighted on natural gas's hourly and daily chart. Other than that, the long-term bears are absolutely in control here, and we can look at it a little bit more zoomed out on the weekly, where we had an uptrend all of 2016, where the bulls had higher lows and higher highs, and we broke that higher low pattern over the past 2 weeks with a bearish lower high and then lower low. So that shifts momentum, and we're going to be watching very closely to see if this downtrend now takes us back down towards really the $2 range, the upper $2 range. The bulls need to be sweating longer term, and until they turn things around on the weekly time frame, that will remain the case. I appreciate you watching. We'll continue to check in. Have a good long holiday weekend.